Christy's Beautiful Life. Today is very productive for me. This is my second video because I am trying to catch up. It is day 9, even though it is the 17th, so I am now officially, I believe I'm like 8 days behind. So I am doing this beautiful layout. It is by Krin Dahllof, and you can see that it is a beautiful layout. I've stayed fairly close to it, except for I changed the base page because I wanted to make it a companion page to a page. So this was from day 1. You can see that I've added my pictures now that I've gotten my pictures back from the people from Belize, and so I'm going to keep a lot of these elements. I'm keeping the base page, but the pictures and the things that they added, I've kept fairly close to it. And thank you, Karen, for this beautiful sketch. And remember, 30 Days of Sketches is a 30-day challenge where each day we create layouts from people who have their free sketches, and it's on Christy's Beautiful Life, and I hope you will join. I am using all Stampin' Up! Product today. I am using Ocean Friends, and when I bought this paper pack, it's really bright. Most of the times I'm pretty mellow, what do you call that, monochromatic, but when you go someplace fun like Belize, these colors work great. So most of these pictures that I am doing they're from a mission trip that my kids went on, and most of them will be from this paper pack. And there's also a paper pack that has basically the same color palette, and it's called On the Go. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And when I created this, I wasn't for sure if this was going to be, in the beginning I thought, well, this is going to be my title page, but I have been kind of playing around and making really large pictures. And so I've decided to see this group. I used a 8.5 by 11 picture of the whole group, and I liked how that looked. So that is going to be on day 13. I'll show you what that's going to be like. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So when I do a companion page, I try to stay true to the sketch, but I try to repeat elements from one side to the other. So I have created, once again, I've taken my stencil, instead of sponging it, I used it and cut out paper. I have used my glimmer paper, just like I've used my glimmer paper over here. I have used the two-tone paper. Look how fun that is with the two-tone paper. That one kind of got gnarled up a little bit. I've used my two-tone paper, pumpkin, melon mambo, lemon limeade. I'm not good with these colors, so I do apologize for that. So, and this is Friends of the Ocean paper pack. It's a very large paper pack. And in my first video on day 1, you can go back to Christy's Beautiful Life day 1 and see how I sponged that. So there are a lot of similarities between the two layouts. And actually, I'm going to add this. I thought I added, this is, oh goodness, I'm going to say Summer Splash, but some of it is also, look, because I ran out of Summer Splash. That is, so I'm getting all of the two-tone papers, 12 by 12, but that is kind of an adventure. So here I go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down, and I'll get to show you, I don't know if I showed you last time, I will show you that this is all one sheet, and you can see where I did the stencil, my very large letters from the new alphabet. This was another one. When I bought this alphabet, I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to use this very often. I thought, well, maybe I'll use it for like posters, but I have used it quite a lot. It looks great on layouts. So that was my must-have one. Okay, so you can see, and I had hacked into this paper pack, and you can see I made a mistake there, but I thought pictures are over the top of it, and I did not want to get into another pack. So I glued this down, and this is what it looks like. I placed the stencil down, and you can see that I just went ahead and I used white pen when I'm doing things like this. The white pen is less obtrusive. So I want this to be the same as my other page, because those are the elements that I'm repeating. And when I'm looking at that, it is, oops, move that over. It's at 3 1/4. So I'm going to put this, and it's at 3 1/4, and it's basically 1 inch in. So I'm going to do 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. Everything's going to sit on top of it, and then I'm going to, you can see that my pictures are larger than the sketch, and that is usually the case. I tend to put more pictures, and I tend to put bigger pictures than the sketches, but the sketch, remember, is just an idea. It helps you to get started, and then you use what you have and you make it unique to you. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to place, I have a lot on here, so I'm going to put this. So this was their, I believe, I don't know if this is the last day. This was the first, I want to say the first day they were here, and these pictures were taken the last day they were there. So I'm going to kind of mimic that. I'm putting it at an angle. I want them looking in, so I put that picture there and that one there. But I need to make sure my letters are large. And one of the other things that they put, so I try to help me keep true to the sketch, I kind of look and see what is the thing that makes this sketch the most unique. And one of the things was they put these cool shapes on the side of the pictures. And this is fun paper, and so it makes it look very oceany. I'm going to set this aside so that you can just, that way, I've just got a small space here, so I want you to be able to see. So I'm going to just tuck that in there like that. I might move it around a little bit, but it adds all the colors that I have on the other page and the colors that I'm putting down here. So this one is a little bit higher, this one's a little bit lower, and I think that adds balance to this layout. So I want to make sure I repeat it, because some smart person has figured out that that was a good thing to do. So I'm just going to tuck it underneath here like this, and there's that. Instead of flowers, I have these large, I don't even know what you call them, coral reef type things. And instead of the circles, I have crabs. I did add eyes to my little crabs. Oops, got my son-in-law's face covered up. That's not good. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm placing everything down, and then I will adhere it. Okay, that crab is happy going up there. And then I'm going to put my limeade ones. And this is so bright, and I liked it because look how bright their sign is. Very, the other picture of at the airport, the police sign is very bright too. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to introduce that color because I have that on my multi-mixed font. So I'm going to put, this is supposed to be in the middle, and I'm kind of helping myself out because I tend to be very crooked. It's right at the line. So it's H, E, ooh. And I will foam dot these down, but I'm just going to do a light glue down so you can see what it looks like. I'm okay with, see how this might be on the pictures? That's okay. You can overlap things. In fact, I think it makes it look more better. It makes it look more better. Don't tell people I used to teach English. Okay, it was just one subject. It wasn't my favorite subject. Okay, I'll put that like that. I'm thinking about pop dotting this little heart because my title is called Heart Change. Heart changing, heart changing. So then going to Belize. So I have Belize, and then my subtitle is Heart Changing. And it really was a heart changing experience for the whole family. My daughter had always wanted to take the entire family and go on a mission trip. And it just worked out that they could do that this year. And my granddaughter had really wanted to go, but like the week before they were taking off, she started to get very, very nervous, and she'd come down and she'd say, I'm scared to go. I'm scared to go to Belize." And I said, "Well, um, I'm just going to pray that the Lord will help you, um, because it is a scary thing. It's different. You're really challenging yourself to do something you've never done before, because um, she's not, my friend said she's not shy, she's an introvert. And she's never even gone to a church camp before. And so to stay and work with people and not have any downtime um, was really a challenge for her. But when you see the pictures, well, you can't see her face because she's under 18, and I just don't share pictures of children that don't belong to me if they're under 18. I might put, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that. I think our eye would like to rest there. I will put the crab right here. Okay, so now it's time to go ahead and start gluing things down. And I do a really light adhesive while I'm filming because it is really hard for me to concentrate while I'm filming. But anyway, so she got to Belize, and of course um, there's no cell service. There's nothing like that. So I really didn't know how it was going, um, but I was just trusting God that, if we step out on faith, God is faithful and He will help us to overcome. And when she came back and I saw the pictures of her time there, I've never seen so much joy on my granddaughter's face as I did. And it's really true when you step outside of our comfort zone and we do something that is selfless and a stretch. Um, it it is such a blessing, and there is so much joy and happiness that comes from serving others because they worked hard. I mean, at least um, we've always been, my daughter and I both have always been pretty warm-blooded. Not so much the last few years. Now that I'm old, I'm cold all the time. But uh, we run our air conditioning, and a lot of times people come into the house and they'd never take, they'd bring their coats, and it's in the middle of the winter because our house is so cold. But and I thought, boy, Belize is not. It's not that it's so hot, but it is extremely muggy. In fact, they have a picture, and there is a way that you can put your videos on your. You can scan them and then watch the videos that are on your photo albums. That is a project I'm working on right now. And the water, it just rains. It'll just pour, and then so it's extremely muggy. So when they came home, it was pretty hot here, but the comment was, "Oh, it's not as hot as Belize." So you have a new perspective on life. But that may be hot, but it is not as hot as Belize. But anyway, so what they did while they were there is they worked in a school. It was a Christian school that Deer Flat, which is a church in, I don't know if it's Caldwell or Nampa, to be quite honest. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Um, it That church takes a group every 2 years to Belize, and there is a school there, and they help work on the school. And actually, my granddaughter got to work in the classroom, and it was fascinating. So I have worked in schools my whole life. I've taught, I've been a librarian, I've been an instructional assistant. I think I've taught every subject in every grade pretty much. So it was interesting for me to hear about how how school is there. So she got to work in the classroom, and a comment that one of the youth pastors said was, she's just natural. And I do believe, um, I believe that teaching is a calling from God. Either so he had seen my granddaughter helping out in the classroom, and he said, well, he probably has never even seen her talk to anybody, and that was one of the things, was she was so nervous and scared, was people are around, and that sometimes makes her nervous. And I said, well, just pretend all the kids your age and all the adults are 10-year-olds, and you'll be fine, because she does great with kids. She just has a hard time starting conversations with people her age. She actually, she didn't talk a lot, but she had one little friend in her school, and she used to come home and tell me, Granny, I met someone who talks less than I do, which is amazing, because I don't have a problem talking to strangers. I'm going to put that right there. So I'm going to layer this up, and I'll make that more beautiful. But so she would like to go back again, and like I said, it was a blessing. And when she went to leave, and the comments, and I told her, I said, I think you'll find the kids there very different. And one of the very different things there is when the kids go out to recess, the teachers just open up the door, and the kids have an unsupervised lunch and recess. And yeah, that made my heart almost stop. It's like, what do you mean there's no adults out there? But they do not have free education. Even if your child goes to public school, you pay tuition, and they're actually, they don't make a lot. The income for Belize is not a lot, and so it just amazes me. And she said that so she worked in the 5th grade class. The teacher had to be gone, so they don't have substitutes there. So what they did was, I don't know if they just opened up a door and she just taught the kids fractions, but one of the little girls told her that was the best fraction class I've ever been. And one of the things the little girl said to her was, will you remember me? And of course she will, because it was, like I said, it was one of the most impactful experiences that she's had. And so I'm just really proud that they were able to go and to minister, and that there was such a happiness that they had for going and serving. So anyway, so this is why I called this layout Heart Changing. And I have it, whoa, it's really up to the top. You know what, I'm going to move this down a little bit. I want it to, now that I'm looking at it, and this is glimmer paper. It's one of those that have more than one color on it, and this kind of blends in a little bit, but once I get the changing on there, hopefully it won't. So one of the things this layout has is it has mixed fonts, and I love mixed fonts. I did not, because my pictures were bigger and my title's bigger, I don't have a spot for journaling, but as I go along, I think I could have like a little tag right here. I could have a tag there. I will look for journaling opportunities, because this I do have a lot to say about these. So not only was it heart changing, but life changing. It was heart changing, and I'm so happy that she was able to go. I believe that that it's so good for kids to go and see how the rest of the world lives, and it kind of makes us grateful. So this is, I don't know if this color is, it's either Lost Lagoon or not Lost Lagoon. It's either Summer Splash or Lagoon. But anyway, so that is my heart changing layout. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow it a little bit. I'd love to see 200. 100 a year is what I'm going for. I'm not the fastest person in the world. But anyway, so this is, I will be doing each layout. I hope to do a layout every day. I would love to be able to actually catch up, which means I would have to do, if I do 2 layouts a day, I will be able to catch up. And some of them I will be doing layouts, and then some of them I will combine if I can, especially if I can find them as a companion page. But this layout I think works really well. This is a great pattern for a companion page. So if you're a 2-point scrapper, oh, I'm going to move that coral. My poor son-in-law is getting coral stuck in his eye, and coral is very sharp. We don't want that. So anyway, so I hope you like this layout, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, or if I get super speedy, maybe I'll get a 3rd layout done, and that would be great because I have gone to 3-day retreats and not got this much done. So anyway, I'm gonna keep striking while the kettle's hot. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.